G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine going to jail, being locked in a cage, all because you allegedly called someone a fat lesbian. Now, I know it's not a nice thing to say. It's not a polite thing to say, but and this is the whole point of the video, is it okay to say it if it's true? That's what we're going to figure out. We're going to find out all about that story. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I've entitled this part of the video, Oh Lorde. And it's all about the singer Lorde. You know, this lady who sings, We're gonna be royals, royals. That one, really good song, great song, very catchy. Well, Lorde, pictured here, covered in duct tape, has recently come out and told everybody that she is joining the non-binary crew. She joins the ranks of people like that chick from The Last of Us. Yeah, that one. The one that everyone makes fun of. And it's not fine. It's not okay to make fun of people, is it? It's mean. Anyway, back to Lorde. She's come out and said that she is, quote, a woman except for the days when I'm a man. It is all well and good for you to feel like you have been born in the wrong body. And the world has harmed you in a way by not allowing you to live your real self. If you want to change, go for it. But it's the people, and I think this is where everyone really gets the shits. It's the people that wake up and go, oh, what do I feel like I am today? Do I feel like I've got a cock or a What am I today? What am I gonna? It's like waking up choosing what you're gonna wear and you don't know what the temperature is outside. You've just got to guess. You've either got a cock or a Make a fucking decision, Lorde. It goes on. Though Lorde still calls herself a cis woman and her pronouns remain unchanged, she describes herself as in the middle gender-wise. A person more comfortable with the fluidity of her expression. Oh, Lorde, for Christ's sake, we get it, okay? You've made a shit ton of money and now you're bored. All right? But don't bring us into this bullshit. If you want to be 4 different fucking genders from 6 a.m. to midday, then you do that. But why the fuck do we have to live through it as well, all right? Everyone's got problems. Don't put your shit onto other people. Now, on to the most hilarious story that I've ever read. And there's 2 ways I can start this one here. It's either, it depends where you read this news. This is from NBC. Swiss LGBTQ groups praise jail sentence for commentator who called a journalist a fat lesbian. Or if you go to the Swiss Run page, it's far-right essayist, not a journalist and not a columnist or not an opinion person, jailed in Switzerland for homophobic remarks. Now, please know this, even when I'm talking shit about Lorde, like I'm fucking around. Like if you want to be trans, you want to be non-binary, no one gives a shit, right? As long as you're not bringing other people in and trauma dumping on them and making it all about yourself, like fine, you do you. As long as you don't expect other people to change for you, fine, you do you. As long as you're not a teenager or a child trying to change their gender, fine, you do you. If you're not in those categories, then there is nothing wrong with what you're doing. If you want to be gay, trans, bi, non-binary, then you do it. Whatever makes you happy, okay? This life is far too short to worry about shit like that, okay? That's my honest thoughts. But also, far-right essayist jailed for homophobic remarks. What the fuck, Switzerland? Why are we jailing people for saying mean things? That sounds fucking ridiculous. And I definitely have a horse in this race after I was taken to the Human Rights Commission not too long ago over a joke that was about Aboriginal people. See, we should be able to say whatever we want, even though the joke wasn't that bad, like Christ, and I'm also fucking around. We should be able to say whatever the fuck we want. This is what freedom of speech should be. And I know in Australia, we don't have it written in the Constitution, but we should. In Australia, it's implied freedom of speech, and that's bullshit. It should be. We should be voting tomorrow on whether or not we have that enshrined in the Constitution. Anyway, moving on. The court in Switzerland has sent Alan Sorrell to prison. It's ruled that the far-right ideologue, by calling a journalist a fat lesbian, should be sentenced for discrimination and incitement to hatred. Is that actually discriminating someone? Because I've learned over the past few years that there's nothing wrong with being obese. In fact, it's your superpower. It's how you were born and you should be proud of it. It means you're brave, large, and in charge. But also, what happens, and I haven't had a look at this lady. I don't know her name. I don't know anything. What happens if she is, in fact, a lesbian who is obese? Is it okay to call her those things if truth is on your side? That is an interesting point, and we will get to that. The Franco-Swiss writer had initially been convicted of defamation at the first instance in 2022 and received a day's fine. What the fuck does any of that mean? However, the Lorde Public Prosecutor's Office lodged an appeal. I guess the Lorde is the court system there in Switzerland. Lodged an appeal and won the case at the end of last week's appeal. Okay, so they weren't happy with the original decision and they took him back to court. The sentence handed down by the court amounts to 60 days imprisonment, said Vincent Durand, a spokesperson for the prosecutor's office, on Monday, confirming a report by Swiss Public Radio's RTS that the essayist, who celebrated his 65th birthday on Monday, can still appeal to the federal court. Sorrel, whose real name is Alan Bonnet, or Bonnet, was on trial for comments he made about a journalist from La Tribune de Geneviève and 24 Heures after she wrote an article in 2021 that was not to his liking. Sorrel posted a video online in which he called the journalist a, quote, fat lesbian, end quote, and a, quote, queer activist, end quote, implying that the latter term meant, quote, degenerate. I will say this. Now, when I looked at other things that this man had said, and I looked at his Wikipedia and I went through some posts and all that type of shit, and this story's from a few years ago, it's just resurfaced online and that's why I found it. I went through it and obviously he says some distasteful things about gay people, LGBT people, and that's not cool. As I said at the start of this video, who gives a shit? Like, do people actually care if someone's gay anymore? Like, I don't think that happens. I don't think anyone actually gives a shit if someone's gay, right? And I think the same's happening with trans people. Like, people don't actually give a shit. As long as it doesn't affect anybody else. And what I mean by that, not that the gay is going to rub off, but that laws aren't going to be changed that are going to affect other people when they don't need to be changed. And that, I guess that's what we're seeing here. But he has said some mean things. Now, the thing with mean things is they are offensive, right? And they're offensive in this case to the LGBT community. But when you are offended, to quote the great Steve Hughes, an Australian comedian, when you are offended, nothing happens. You don't wake up with leprosy. So what are you so afraid of? People get locked in jail to protect people. Who are you protecting here? Are you protecting people? Are you protecting gay and trans and queer people from words? Why do they need to be protected from fucking words? And this is not the first issue that he has been sentenced to jail time for that blew my mind. He was sentenced to a year in prison for Holocaust denial in 2019. After years of regular prosecutions and financial condemnations for his declarations, he was sentenced to a year in prison for Holocaust denial as a result of a drawing published in the Illegat et Réconciliation, a parody of a Charlie Hebdo cover which made fun of the Rwandan genocide, which is a normally hilarious topic to cover, arguing that he was not the author of the drawing and that the drawing was merely showcasing strong black humor. Okay. But did they mean dark humor here? In the same vein as a satirical journal. Now, why does someone go to jail for that as well? That's crazy. You should be able to deny whatever you want. This is why free speech is so important. You should be able to think however you want to think. That doesn't hurt anyone. There's a massive difference between thinking mean things and doing mean things. If someone does something mean to you, physical, it causes pain upon you. But if they say something mean, all of that pain comes internally from you. You're the one giving that pain power over yourself. So that is something for you to work on, not other people. We shouldn't be telling people how to think or what to believe. We should be educating people, sure. We should be exposing people like this fucking idiot to gay people and say, look, just a regular person, just loves cocks or pussy. Who gives a shit? But now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take the time to play judge, jury, and executioner and work out whether or not this man should have been sent to jail, whether or not he does have the defense of truth on his side. Let's figure that out by seeing if the lady that he called a fat lesbian is in fact that. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing to say. She doesn't look that fat. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace to the Middle East. Be dick stinks. Toodle. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.